add-on for Google Chrome called Dummy Text, and I'm going to go over to that now. The blocks of text. Unless you are probably don't make me think. The golden rule is give us by default list of all of the content available on our site. And at this time, there is no content available, and it tells us so. But there's also underneath each of these options, you will see a little text here explains that an arc and display out of the box. So let's see. We'll go ahead and type that in. And then we're going to add some dummy text or lorem ipsum in order to fill out the body and see how this page looks. I'm using an add-on for Google Chrome called Dummy Text, and I'm going to go over to that now. And it will create a bunch of paragraphs of generic pseudo-Latin text that can be used to see how the content will look. I'm going to drop that into my body field. We're just doing the very basics here. Scrolling down, I'm going to add a couple of tags. So gluten-free and baked goods. And then I'm going to add an image because that's available by default in this form. I'm navigating to an image and I will choose sticky buns. Once I added the image, I did get the alternative text field. And it's very important that you always fill out your alt text field on any piece of content when you add an image, because this is the text that screen readers and search engines will receive in the event that the image is not available. So for example, if you have a non-sighted user, you want to give them alt text as opposed to having them hear code or having them not receive the experience that you're trying to provide to your users. So in this case, the alt text will be delicious sticky buns. I'm going to leave everything else at the default for now and save and publish this piece of content so that we can see what happens. Okay, now I'm on the gluten sensitivity article page, and if I scroll down, we can see how the image displays. I'm going to scroll up a little. You can see when it was submitted, who submitted it, the image, the text, and if I scroll down further, you will see that tags are available and there's a comment field. So this particular content type has comments enabled by default. I'm going to scroll back up and go to the home page. We no longer have a note that says no front page content has been created yet because now we do have a piece of content on the front page, and this piece of content is the article that we just created. Comments enabled by default. Submitted it, the image, the text, and if I scroll down further, you receive the experience with article. Since Tastykakes4All basic page only two fields that the menu current item is, and we'll talk about setting on this form, be about Tastykakes4All. Now we'll go ahead and create a basic page. So I'm going to go back to content, add content, basic page. Remember that basic pages are for more static content that won't change over time. This particular page might be about Tastykakes4All. I'm going to grab some more lorem ipsum for the body. And now you'll notice these are the only two fields that are available on this form, unlike the article form, which had tags and an image and all kinds of stuff that you could fill out. Now the next option that we have is save and publish. But I'm also going to direct you over to the right-hand side where you'll see menu settings in the list of links on the right. And if I click on that, it's going to expand for me. And now I have an option to provide a menu link with this particular page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It gives me a title automatically based on the title of the page itself, and it asks me what the parent item is, and we'll talk about menus in another lesson. I'm going to leave that as main navigation, but I will change the menu link title to About. And now we'll go ahead and save and publish this particular piece of content. So if I scroll down on this page, it's just the text. There's no comment field, and there's also no time and date stamp or author stamp on this particular piece of content. So it displays very differently by default. And if I scroll back up, you'll see the menu at the top, the navigation under the title, Tastykakes4All. Now we have About and Home. So this shows you right here how much you can create with Drupal out of the box without doing any customization at all. If your site is a brochure-style site that simply needs to provide some static information and then have a river of news, then out-of-the-box Drupal will give you everything that you need right there. To recap, out of the box, Drupal offers us two content types, article and basic page. Articles will automatically display on the homepage with a teaser, and they have an image field available to them as well. Basic pages can be added to the navigation system through the menu settings, and they can determine the site structure.